Broncos country, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'm here for part two of my Devaughn Vele film room. And just wanting to showcase a few different plays, show you what might have stuck out to Sean Payton, George Payton, and the rest of the Broncos organization, drafting him in the 7th round, as well as highlighting some things that he probably needs to focus on to clean up, just like any rookie coming into the NFL. So y'all be sure to let me know your thoughts on him. Where do you see him on the depth chart this year? Do you guys got some interesting predictions? Like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Broncos country, but let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So this is going to be part of the second half. If you haven't seen my first half cut up, I'll link that in the comments as well. Be sure to check it out. And here in this first play, you're going to see Devaughn Vele kind of used in motion, runs this little curl route. This is simple stuff that I see Sean Payton and Bo Nix attempting to execute quite a bit. So we see this shift happen a lot in the Sean Payton offense where you'll see a wide receiver kind of shift in line or even line up in line. And that's what we see with Devaughn Vele right here. Make this a little bit thicker. Sorry. See that right there? You're going to see him come in line and then run a quick curl route. You'll see him running routes in which they're closer to the middle of the field. Yes, he can run comebacks on the outside. We've seen that. We'll see more of that today. But I think the route tree that Devaughn Vele is pretty comfortable with fits well with the Sean Payton offense. So let's go ahead and run this in full. See him motion out to the left side. Run this little curl route, I guess you'd call it. He just kind of sits under the zone a little bit. And this is, again, this is very simple stuff, but with the Sean Payton offense, you're going to see Bo Nix and our wide receivers run a lot of this in rhythm. And I think what you'll see is Bo Nix get rid of this with a little bit more anticipation than we see the backup for Utah executing, and probably with a little bit more accuracy. That's my hope as well, right, guys? But it's nice to see Devaughn Vele making this catch from a pass that wasn't perfect, right? Diving catch, doesn't alligator arm it, anything like that, brings it in, okay? But there is some consistencies that he needs to clean up a little bit, or inconsistencies rather, and we're going to see a couple examples of this on a deeper post route. You can see Devaughn Vele dealing here with some press coverage, and we'll see how he deals with this. Again, gets a nice release, finds the leverage, but that is just something that you got to bring in. It actually hits off of him. Can't remember if this is ruled an interception or an incompletion or not. We can get another look at it here. But again, does a good job of getting a release off the line, but you want to see him bring it in. Again, extends his arms. He doesn't body catch this with it, which is great, but you want to see him finish the play here, especially with a ball that was thrown really, really nice to where it's slotted towards the inside leverage that Vele got on this cornerback. Isn't able to haul it in, and I believe that was ruled an incompletion, but almost looks like a crazy interception. That's something that you want to see him clean up. Again, at the 29:50 mark, we see this same thing happen here with Vele at the top of the screen at the 20-yard line. Nice little cut. Ball's thrown behind him a little bit, but this is something that he needs to be catching in the NFL. Granted, any quarterback in the NFL that's thrown him that's not acceptable. But if you get your hands on it, 2 hands on it, you have to catch that. That is something that, with his long catch radius, we need him to haul those in. And especially because while Bo Nix is a very accurate quarterback, I think we can all agree that if he's throwing deep downfield, the accuracy isn't as good as it is, 5 to 10 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage, right? Or when he's throwing screens or dump offs, check downs. Bo Nix is as pretty much as accurate as you want to get, or as accurate as you can get. But what's nice to see is that Devaughn Vele does bounce back from these drops. Let's take a look at a nice catch in traffic he has on this comeback route. 34.03. Whoops. You'll see Vele at the bottom of the screen here. Doesn't get a super clean break away from this cornerback. We can go back and watch that again. However, look at his catch radius. Doesn't kind of slow coming out of this break a little bit. The cornerback's able to get back in there. This is a nice throw by Barnes, the backup quarterback for Utah, thrown to where only he can get it. I mean, this is really nice placement. This is stuff that I'm expecting from Bo Nix to be throwing these types of passes on the outside. You see him diving, catching it with two hands, first down. We'll see a better angle of it here. Look at that. Catching that in traffic kind of reminds you again of Cortland Sutton or Tim Patrick. This is what I want to see Devaughn Vele develop a reputation for. Somebody who can be depended on to get those tough catches in traffic where Bo Nix is threading the needle. This is really nice. So I want to see him be more consistent when it comes to these catches downfield, because he has the physical attributes to be very successful in this offense, I think. Now let's take a look at just him providing some assistance in the running game. If you're going to be a Sean Payton wide receiver, you have to be an effective blocker. And I really like this block here from Vele. See him, I believe, if I remember correctly, he is lined up right over here. You see taking on that linebacker, opening up that hole for Barnes to run through. When you got a wide receiver that can motion inside or that can just assist in run blocking in between the hash marks, that's always a plus. Or by the hash marks, you see he squares up this linebacker really well. Has his feet in good position, his hands in good position, makes contact, one to initiate contact. And that's what I see a lot of in the future for Devaughn Vele, with him motioning inside. Again, we've seen this with little Jordan Humphrey a lot, motioning inside as kind of like an inline hybrid tight end and assisting in the running game. I see that path for Devaughn Vele as well. And that might be, honestly, his quickest path to playing time, is being an effective run blocker. If he can be somebody that causes defenses to have confusion or mismatches to where, hey, we don't have a tight end in the set, but we use him as a tight end once we line up, that can provide us with some advantageous matchups. If he is an above average blocker at the NFL level, we're just going to have to see, right? So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. This has been really, really fun to go through all the different draft picks. I have been cutting up some more Bo Nix, Troy Franklin tape from Texas Tech, their matchup against Texas Tech. Really good stuff, and more stuff for Bo Nix to definitely improve on. And I'm sure Sean Payton's aware of it as well. So y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is there any undrafted guys that you'd like to see a little bit more of? I've done Blake Watson. I think I'm going to try and find some Yasmin clips tape. He's a guy that I think developmental tight end could have some impact for us here in 2-3 years. So y'all let me know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more Broncos content. And as always, y'all, go Broncos.